The Kimberley Mine, also known as the Big Hole, was once the richest diamond mine in the world. Now, it was a ghost of its former self, a gaping chasm in the earth that held both historical significance and an air of mystery. Legends spoke of the ghosts that haunted the depths of the mine, spirits of the miners who had perished in the dark tunnels, their souls forever bound to the diamonds they had sought. Ian Walker, a renowned paranormal investigator, had always been drawn to places with dark histories. His fascination with the supernatural had led him to the Kimberley Mine, hoping to uncover the truth behind the ghostly legends. With him was a team of seasoned investigators: Sarah, a medium; Tom, a tech expert; and Lisa, a historian. The group arrived in Kimberley on a foggy evening, the town's eerie silence amplifying the sense of foreboding. As they approached the mine, the massive, gaping hole loomed ahead, its depths obscured by darkness. The air was thick with tension, and the team exchanged uneasy glances. "We need to set up our equipment and prepare for the investigation," Ian said, trying to maintain an air of confidence. "Let's split up and cover more ground." Lisa began her research in the old archives of Kimberley, sifting through dusty records and faded photographs. The history of the mine was a tale of greed, danger, and tragedy. Thousands of miners had toiled in the depths, many losing their lives in the pursuit of wealth. Collapses, explosions, and disease had claimed countless souls, and their stories were etched into the very walls of the mine. As Lisa delved deeper, she uncovered a particularly chilling account. In 1902, a group of miners had mysteriously vanished without a trace. Their disappearance had never been explained, and rumors suggested that their spirits still roamed the tunnels, seeking retribution. Meanwhile, Sarah wandered the perimeter of the mine, her senses tuned to the spiritual realm. She felt an overwhelming sense of sorrow and pain, the emotions of the lost souls lingering in the air. She closed her eyes, allowing herself to connect with the spirits. "Show yourselves," she whispered, her voice carried away by the wind. "We mean you no harm." For a moment, there was silence. Then, a cold breeze brushed against her skin, and she felt a presence. She opened her eyes to see a faint, ghostly figure standing before her, its eyes filled with despair. As Sarah tried to communicate with the spirit, Ian and Tom were busy setting up their equipment near the entrance of the mine. Tom's array of cameras, motion sensors, and EMF detectors were designed to capture any paranormal activity. They hoped to gather undeniable evidence of the mine's haunted history. "Everything set," Tom said, checking the final readings on his devices. "Now, we wait." As night fell, the atmosphere grew even more oppressive. The mine seemed to exude an almost tangible sense of dread. The team gathered around the entrance, their nerves on edge. Suddenly, a loud crash echoed from within the mine. The sound reverberated through the tunnels, sending chills down their spines. Ian grabbed a flashlight and motioned for the others to follow. "Let's go check it out," he said, his voice steady but his heart racing. They ventured into the mine, the darkness swallowing them whole. The beams of their flashlights cut through the blackness, revealing walls lined with the remnants of a bygone era. The air was stale, and the silence was deafening. As they moved deeper, they began to hear faint whispers, barely audible but unmistakable. Sarah felt a cold hand brush against her arm, and she gasped. "Ian, we're not alone," she said, her voice trembling. The whispers grew louder, echoing off the walls of the tunnel. The team paused, trying to make sense of the eerie sounds. Sarah concentrated, trying to tune into the voices. "They're trying to tell us something," she said, closing her eyes. "I can hear them. They're warning us." Tom's EMF detector started to spike, the needle fluctuating wildly. "We're picking up some serious activity here," he said, his voice tinged with excitement and fear. Suddenly, the temperature plummeted, and their breath became visible in the cold air. The sensation of being watched was overwhelming. The team pressed on, following the whispers deeper into the mine. Ian stopped suddenly, shining his flashlight on a partially collapsed section of the tunnel. "Look at this," he said, pointing to a set of old, rusted tools scattered on the ground. "These must belong to the miners who vanished." As they examined the tools, a ghostly figure materialized before them. It was a miner, his face etched with anguish and pain. His hollow eyes stared at Ian, and he began to speak in a raspy, disembodied voice. "We were betrayed," the ghost said, his voice filled with sorrow. "Our deaths were not accidents. We were silenced to protect a terrible secret." The team listened in stunned silence as the spirit recounted the events leading to their demise. A powerful figure in the mining company had discovered an extraordinarily rich vein of diamonds, but instead of sharing the wealth, he had orchestrated the miners' deaths to keep the fortune for himself. The spirits of the betrayed miners had been trapped in the mine ever since, unable to find peace. As the spirit's tale ended, the temperature returned to normal, and the ghostly figure faded away. The team was left in a state of shock, grappling with the revelation. "We need to find proof of this," Ian said, determination in his voice. "If we can uncover the evidence of this betrayal, we might be able to help these spirits find peace." Lisa reviewed her notes, recalling mentions of hidden ledgers and secret documents. "The records might still be here, buried somewhere in the mine," she said. "We need to find them." The team split up, searching the various chambers and tunnels for any clues. Hours passed, the oppressive atmosphere weighing heavily on their minds. Just as they began to lose hope, Tom stumbled upon a hidden compartment in an old desk. "Guys, I found something," he called out, excitement in his voice. Inside the compartment were several ledgers, their pages yellowed with age. As they examined the documents, they discovered detailed accounts of the mining operations, including the secret extraction of the rich diamond vein and the orchestrated deaths of the miners. "This is it," Ian said, his voice filled with a mix of triumph and horror. "We have the proof." Armed with the evidence, the team knew they had to confront the spirits once more. They gathered at the entrance of the mine, preparing for the final encounter. Sarah, her senses attuned to the supernatural, reached out to the spirits. "We've found the truth," she said, her voice echoing in the cold night air. "The injustice done to you will be known. You can find peace." As if in response, a cold wind swept through the mine, and the ghostly figures of the miners began to appear. They looked at the team with gratitude, their faces no longer twisted in anguish. "Thank you," the lead spirit said, his voice filled with relief. "We can finally move on." The spirits began to fade, their forms dissolving into the air. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, replaced by a sense of calm and closure. With the spirits at peace, the team knew their work was done. They shared their findings with the local authorities and historians, ensuring that the truth behind the Kimberley Mine was preserved for future generations. The story of the ghosts of the Kimberley Mine became a sensation, capturing the imaginations of people around the world. The team's daring investigation and the revelation of the mine's dark past were documented in books, documentaries, and news articles. Ian, Sarah, Tom, and Lisa returned to their respective lives, forever changed by their experience. Their bond, forged in the depths of the haunted mine, remained strong. They continued their work, uncovering the secrets of the past and bringing justice to the restless spirits. Years later, the Kimberley Mine had transformed from a site of fear to a place of historical significance and remembrance. Visitors from around the world came to learn about the mine's rich history and the courageous miners who had lost their lives. A memorial was erected at the site, dedicated to the memory of the miners and the bravery of the investigative team who had uncovered the truth. It stood as a testament to the enduring power of justice and the importance of honoring the past. Ian, Sarah, Tom, and Lisa often returned to Kimberley, reflecting on their journey and the impact it had on their lives. They knew that their work had made a difference, not just for the spirits they had helped, but for the countless others who sought closure and justice. And so, the ghosts of the Kimberley Mine became a legend, a story of courage, redemption, and the unbreakable bond between the living and the dead. The echoes of the past had been silenced, and the spirits had found peace, their voices forever etched into the annals of history. If you enjoyed the spine-chilling tale of ghosts of the Kimberley Mine and want more thrilling stories and adventures, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Your support helps us continue bringing you captivating content that keeps you on the edge of your seat.